It's Siobhan Live, Dubai Eye 103.8.
And welcome back once again. It's a real pleasure now to be joined by producer and director of the film To Rest in Peace. Welcome to Fawaz Al-Matrouk, the director, and to Josh Clavir, the producer.
Hey, Siobhan.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, it's good to see you. Now, as I said, your film is part of the Gulf Voices short films. It's a world premiere. It's called To Rest in Peace. I'm going to hand over to Fawaz, actually, just to talk us through the film.
It's set in Kuwait during the invasion in 1990, and it's about a man who sees two dead bodies that nobody's burying, and he tries to find out why people are just too afraid, so in the end he has to bury them himself by the side of the road.
Wow. Why this story? Where does it come from? What's the inspiration?
It's actually about my uncle. I was 8 years old at the time, and after the war I heard about him doing this, and it just really stayed with me. So when I was thinking of stories that I'm very passionate about that I might want to make a film about, that story stayed with me and it came back and I decided to do it.
Where was it filmed? Was it actually filmed in Kuwait?
It was partly filmed in Kuwait, actually. We did principal photography in Southern California because it was made as a master's thesis for the USC, University of Southern California. And then we shot a bunch of B-roll in Kuwait on the island of Failaka.
And obviously this is a pretty deep and rather disturbing subject in many ways. What are the wider sort of thoughts that are surrounding this? I mean, you gave me a very kind of one-dimensional sort of description of what the film is about, but already I can see there's obviously a lot more to it.
Yes, I mean, I hope it is definitely very dramatic, but I hope the ending is uplifting. And the basic theme of it, the message is about trying to preserve a sense of human dignity even at a time of war. War is obviously a time of barbarity, and even in that time there are those exceptional individuals that rise up and try to preserve some sort of human dignity. Yeah. And so that's the uplifting part, hopefully. And
it was your uncle who actually went through this experience?
Yes.
And did you obviously must have collaborated with him to get... Is it exactly what happened, or is it...
No, it has been dramatized, and actually I'm very inspired by classical literature, and so the story reminded me of Antigone, very much Sophocles' Antigone, and so it was something that I used Antigone as a model to dramatize the story a little bit. But in terms of the collaboration, it was mainly in him telling me the story, and then he's been supportive throughout the process, and he had a look at it and
Has he seen the film?
He has seen the film, and
how did he react?
Very positively. He said it brought back some memories that were both painful, but
Because, you were actually born in Kuwait.
Yes, I was.
And then, as I was reading, you actually then moved to Toronto in Canada in 1990. So, you're a young man. The memory's obviously still there, very strong for you,
very much.
Living in Kuwait.
I was 8 years old when the invasion happened, and so it's very much part of the first memory that I have. When I look back, it's one of the first earliest memories, and so it's defined a lot of who I am. But yeah.
And through this film and through going back and working with it and sort of obviously working in collaboration with your uncle, has it kind of answered some questions for you, or made you kind of go through that?
Yeah, it's been enormously cathartic, and I learned a lot of things throughout the process. I was, as a child at the time, I was protected from a lot of facts that I only really learned through going back into the process. Hearing from my father how we got out exactly. All I remember is driving through the desert, but he had more of a story about how we got out, what was happening, and those sorts of things. And yeah,
you kind of put the pieces together in some ways.
Yeah, exactly. So it was very enormously cathartic and educational.
Let's bring in the producer of the film now, Josh. How did you get together? What's the connection between the two of you, and why did you decide to get on board with this film?
Well, it's quite an interesting story. We were both attending the University of Toronto, and we actually collaborated on a project prior to this, and that's where we became friends. And one day we were in Toronto and we were talking over a meal, and Fawaz actually recounted this story to me, and I was like, this is an incredible story. It takes place in a very condensed period of time. It would be a perfect kind of short, and we both said, wow, and it clicked, and we both talked about how he felt this story was so personal. And so it's actually amazing to get to this point because it's taken so long to develop it, and we're really proud with the result. It was a real labor of love, so to speak, especially when we first thinking back to when we first discussed it. So yeah.
How long ago was that, did you say?
That was 5 years ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So and then we each kind of parted ways. Fawaz went to Los Angeles to attend the University of Southern California, and I stayed in Toronto to attend Ryerson University's film program. And we kept going back and forth over this idea, and eventually it developed into this.
Wouldn't leave you alone.
No.
Yeah.
And actually, I was very blessed. Josh flew down to California just for the project, spent 3 months helping me produce it, and so it really has been a very difficult but great experience.
And I'm really proud with what he's done. I mean, it's incredible, especially the casting, the decisions that Fawaz made. It was really excellent work, so I'm really happy to,
Guys, we must go to a next break, actually. We've got the news headlines coming up. Can you stay on for a bit longer?
Sure.
Yeah, fantastic. We'll hear more about the film later on. We're going to go to the news headlines. To rest in peace. Actually, just before we go, it's going to be shown tomorrow evening, isn't it?
Yes, in
8
the
o'clock.
Gulf Voices section.
Gulf Voices, Mall of the Emirates, 8 o'clock. Pencil that in your diaries. We will be back after the news. Stay with us.
It's Siobhan Live, Dubai Eye 103.8.
And welcome back once again. Let me reintroduce my two guests joining me now to talk about their short film, To Rest in Peace, which is part of the Gulf Voices section, and it's a world premiere. I'm joined by the director, Fawaz Al-Matrouk. Good afternoon to you, Fawaz. And also the producer, Josh Clavir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And we were just actually, obviously getting the storyline of this film. It's a short film, as I said. It's 18 minutes. And
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, if it's anything like writing a short story, some would say it's almost more difficult in some ways to write a short film and to write a short story, and even something shorter than 18 minutes, then to have this wonderful long. You've got the luxury of time, haven't you? Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, they each have their own set of difficulties. With a short film, it's all about finding one particular situation that has deeper repercussions, that you can say a lot by showing very little. And then with a feature, obviously, I mean, I've written the feature version of this, so...
I see.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's the difficulties are different. It's about trying to create a sense of unity in so many scenes, It's obviously there's a lot more going on, and so with a short, it's easy to keep the unity. It's just hard to say a lot. With a feature, it's easy to say a lot. It's hard to keep the unity.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And the tempo of the film as well. I mean, that
Yes.
all sort of has to be, I presume, set prior to making the film, to understanding how's it going to be, how's it going to flow.
Right.
Also, I mean, getting a producer on board. What was your role as a producer in this film?
Well, I mean...
They're usually the money men, aren't they? I know you probably don't like that term, but...
some producers are.
Yeah.
Some producers are. Generally speaking, those are more executive producers. In this case, I was a producer proper. So, I mean, I was involved from the very beginning, from inception of the idea, discussing it through, reading over drafts of the script, and then eventually being able to actually come down to Southern California to work and actually hands-on produce it in terms of, the budget, watching the budget, securing locations, casting, etc. Yeah.
I think it's just really wonderful to hear you guys. You've just graduated, haven't you?
Yes, yesterday.
Fawaz? Congratulations.
Thank
I was just
you.
saying, what an amazing graduation party to have your film at the film festival. But have you actually spoken to any students here in Dubai? I mean, is it something that, just hearing about the stories of producing a short film, having gone through that and, just these crazy things that you had to go through to get the support, etc., etc.
Yeah.
It's knowledge that I think is extremely valuable to filmmakers in this part of the world.
I mean, we've spoken a little bit. We're looking forward to seeing all the people in our section and watching some more of the short films, definitely, and meeting those people, because it looks like a great section. And the people we've met here have been fantastic. We've learned a lot from them and given some of our own tidbits. So, yeah, it's been great. It's been a great festival.
Why here did you specifically think that your film should be premiered? Just because of the region, the proximity, it would have more of an impact?
Yes, the region, the proximity, it's a great festival, and it really, I mean, it has been, I've been to other film festivals before for other films and such, and this has been one of the best organized. It's really been fantastic.
Absolutely. And in terms of taking care of a film, it's a real filmmakers festival. They really support the filmmakers, and I've been really impressed with that. And from everyone, down from Layal to Mohammed. It's been incredible.
It's been great.
Have you been doing business and finding maybe what have you been doing? Mingling and mixing and
mainly
finding new projects, meeting people.
Mainly meeting people and learning from them, and that's really been the best thing is just all the learning and all the
networking sessions, attending as many industry panels. We've been talking to some sales agents. We've talked to some distributors. There's been some interest, so it's been really, really incredibly educational for us too, and a great experience. Everyone's been incredibly nice too.
Finally, what's next for you?
Well, I have the feature-length version of this. I've got another couple of features on the go. I'm editing a web series right now that's shot and distributed on the iPhone, and so there's a lot going on next for me.
So
it's called Goldilocks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll look out for that one.
All right, thank you.
Full-time filmmaker?
Editing, writing, directing, so.
And back to, where are you going back to?
Back to Los Angeles
back
for
to
now.
Los Angeles.
Yes.
The place to be, it seems.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been really wonderful to talk to you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
I really
Siobhan.
wish you all the very best.
Thanks very much.
Thanks very much,
a lot.
man.
Oh, check out To Rest in Peace tomorrow, 8 p.m, Mall of the Emirates. There we go.
Thanks.
Thanks to Fawaz Al-Matrouk and also to Josh Clavir.